Hi everyone. Welcome to today's shadowing practice. In this session, we'll improve your English speaking skills by practicing WH questions and answers about what is shadowing. Shadowing is a powerful technique where you listen and repeat to improve your pronunciation, fluency, and confidence in English. How this practice works. Here's how we'll do it. I will read a question twice. Listen carefully to the pronunciation and rhythm. I'll give you a short pause after each question to think about the answer. Then, I will read the answer twice, and I want you to repeat it out loud both times. Try to match my tone, speed, and pronunciation as closely as possible. Don't worry if you don't get it perfect the first time. Practice makes progress. All right. Get ready, focus, and let's start practicing together. Who questions? Who questions? Who are you? Who are you? I am John. I am John. Who is your best friend? Who is your best friend? My best friend is Alex. My best friend is Alex. Who do you live with? Who do you live with? I live with my family. I live with my family. Who do you work for? Who do you work for? I work for a software company. I work for a software company. Who is your role model? Who is your role model? My role model is my mother. My role model is my mother. Who do you usually hang out with? Who do you usually hang out with? I usually hang out with my college friends. I usually hang out with my college friends. Who is the most important person in your life? Who is the most important person in your life? My parents are the most important people in my life. My parents are the most important people in my life. Who do you admire the most? Who do you admire the most? I admire my teacher for her kindness and wisdom. I admire my teacher for her kindness and wisdom. Who do you call when you need help? Who do you call when you need help? I call my brother when I need help. I call my brother when I need help. Who do you spend the most time with? Who do you spend the most time with? I spend the most time with my colleagues. I spend the most time with my colleagues. What questions? What questions? What is your name? What is your name? My name is Sarah. My name is Sarah. What do you do? What do you do? I am a graphic designer. I am a graphic designer. What are your hobbies? What are your hobbies? I enjoy reading and painting. I enjoy reading and painting. What do you like to eat? What do you like to eat? I love Italian food, especially pizza. I love Italian food, especially pizza. What is your favorite color? What is your favorite color? My favorite color is blue. My favorite color is blue. What do you do in your free time? What do you do in your free time? I watch movies or go for a walk. I watch movies or go for a walk. What is your biggest goal in life? What is your biggest goal in life? My biggest goal is to travel the world. My biggest goal is to travel the world. What do you like about your job? What do you like about your job? I like the creativity involved in my work. I like the creativity involved in my work. What is your dream job? What is your dream job? My dream job is to be a travel photographer. My dream job is to be a travel photographer. What makes you happy? What makes you happy? Spending time with my family makes me happy. Spending time with my family makes me happy. Where questions? Where questions? Where are you from? Where are you from? I am from New York. I am from New York. Where do you live? Where do you live? I live in Los Angeles. I live in Los Angeles. Where do you work? Where do you work? I work in a marketing agency. I work in a marketing agency. Where did you grow up? Where did you grow up? I grew up in a small town in Texas. I grew up in a small town in Texas. Where do you usually go on weekends? Where do you usually go on weekends? I usually go to the beach. I usually go to the beach. Where do you like to travel? Where do you like to travel? I love traveling to Europe. I love traveling to Europe. Where do you spend most of your time? Where do you spend most of your time? I spend most of my time at work. I spend most of my time at work. Where did you go to school? Where did you go to school? I went to school in Chicago. I went to school in Chicago. Where do you usually meet your friends? Where do you usually meet your friends? We meet at a cafe in the city. We meet at a cafe in the city. Where would you like to live in the future? Where would you like to live in the future? I would love to live in Japan. I would love to live in Japan. When questions. When questions. When is your birthday? When is your birthday? My birthday is on July 15th. My birthday is on July 15th. When did you start your job? When did you start your job? I started my job last year. I started my job last year. When do you wake up in the morning? When do you wake up in the morning? I wake up at 6:30 a.m. I wake up at 6:30 a.m. When do you go to bed? When do you go to bed? I usually go to bed at 11 p.m. I usually go to bed at 11 p.m. When do you feel happiest? When do you feel happiest? I feel happiest when I am with my family. I feel happiest when I am with my family. When did you last travel? When did you last travel? I traveled last summer to France. I traveled last summer to France. When do you usually exercise? When do you usually exercise? I exercise in the evening after work. I exercise in the evening after work. When did you finish school? When did you finish school? I finished school in 2018. I finished school in 2018. When do you usually take a vacation? When do you usually take a vacation? I take a vacation in December. I take a vacation in December. When do you plan to achieve your goals? When do you plan to achieve your goals? I hope to achieve them within the next 5 years. I hope to achieve them within the next 5 years. Why questions? Why questions? Why did you choose your job? Why did you choose your job? I chose my job because I love working with technology. I chose my job because I love working with technology. Why do you like your hobby? Why do you like your hobby? I like painting because it helps me relax. I like painting because it helps me relax. Why do you want to travel? Why do you want to travel? I want to explore different cultures and meet new people. I want to explore different cultures and meet new people. Why is education important to you? Why is education important to you? Education helps me grow and achieve my dreams. Education helps me grow and achieve my dreams. Why do you prefer living in the city? Why do you prefer living in the city? I love the energy and opportunities in the city. I love the energy and opportunities in the city. Why do you like reading books? Why do you like reading books? Reading helps me learn new things and expand my imagination. Reading helps me learn new things and expand my imagination. Why do you wake up early? Why do you wake up early? I wake up early to start my day productively. I wake up early to start my day productively. Why do you enjoy meeting new people? Why do you enjoy meeting new people? I enjoy learning from different perspectives and experiences. I enjoy learning from different perspectives and experiences. Why do you exercise regularly? Why do you exercise regularly? I exercise to stay healthy and fit. I exercise to stay healthy and fit. Why do you think family is important? Why do you think family is important? Family supports and guides you through life. Family supports and guides you through life. How questions? How questions? How are you today? How are you today? I'm doing great, thank you. How about you? I'm doing great, thank you. How about you? How do you introduce yourself? How do you introduce yourself? I say my name, where I'm from, and what I do. I say my name, where I'm from, and what I do. How do you spend your free time? How do you spend your free time? I spend my free time reading and listening to music. I spend my free time reading and listening to music. How did you learn English? How did you learn English? I learned English by taking classes and practicing with friends. I learned English by taking classes and practicing with friends. How do you usually start your day? How do you usually start your day? I start my day with a cup of coffee and some exercise. I start my day with a cup of coffee and some exercise. How do you commute to work or school? How do you commute to work or school? I usually take the bus, but sometimes I walk. I usually take the bus, but sometimes I walk. How do you make new friends? How do you make new friends? I make new friends by joining social events and talking to people. I make new friends by joining social events and talking to people. How do you stay motivated in life? How do you stay motivated in life? I set goals and remind myself why I started. I set goals and remind myself why I started. How would you describe yourself in 3 words? How would you describe yourself in 3 words? Friendly, hardworking, and creative. Friendly, hardworking, and creative. How do you handle stressful situations? How do you handle stressful situations? I take deep breaths, stay calm, and focus on solving the problem. I take deep breaths, stay calm, and focus on solving the problem. Great job, everyone. You just completed an awesome shadowing session. Practicing like this regularly will help you improve your pronunciation, fluency, and confidence in English. Key takeaways. Listening carefully improves your understanding of natural speech. Repeating out loud helps build muscle memory for speaking smoothly. Shadowing trains your brain to think and respond in English faster. Remember, the more you practice, the better you get. Keep practicing, stay consistent, and soon, speaking English will feel even more natural to you. If you enjoyed this session, don't forget to practice daily and join me for the next one. See you next time. Keep speaking, keep learning, and have fun.